ban lists, wish lists, and predictions have become quite a bit of a staple of the YouTubing community. For me personally, I can't think of content that's more lazy, disingenuous, and just straight up boring than a ban list wish list, which is why it makes it a perfect fit for this channel. This is a wish list and not a prediction. Like I said with my prediction, Widow Anchor Tour Guide to 3 maybe, and that's like it. So this is just what I would do if I was trying to balance the game in the current state of affairs right now. Some of you might agree with a lot of things and some of you might disagree with quite a lot of things here, but some of you may also die. But that's a sacrifice I'm willing to take. Before we begin this video, I just want to start off with a really interesting fact. Did you know baby elephants are the biggest baby of any mammal? They come in at about 250 pounds average just as a newborn baby, which actually makes them the biggest babies of any species, alongside people who think that Dragoon should be banned 1 week after its release in the tin. Let's begin with the ban section. The first card that I'm going to hit here is Smoke Grenade. Mentioned this in a previous video, but basically full hand knowledge and ripping out that one very specific combo piece that they will need for their turn, or the out for your board, is completely ignorant and really unfair. Like, imagine I came into your house and like stole your TV while you were asleep, right? And then took the TV, now you no longer have a TV. That's Smoke Grenade. I'm not like very good at analogies. My next ban is the Buster Whelp. I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain to you why a domain lock that's searchable through any generic link twos of the same attribute or type is unhealthy for the game. And don't even tell me this is a hit to Buster play. Okay, Buster players like don't even need to play this card. It might as well be called Mermail Abyss Whelp of the Burning Ice Barrier. Next ban, VFD. What an obnoxious, unfair, stupid I win button. This card by itself just wins you games potentially alone. If you don't draw something like Imperm or Gamma off the top to be able to handle this card, which they'll probably just negate with Savage or Herald anyway, you just lose the duel essentially. Unless, of course, your idea of dueling is setting 5 back row, one of which being Drowning Mare Force. You've lost more than a duel at that point. Lot more than a duel. Next ban is All Iron. Balancing the current format without just straight up banning Link Cross and Needle Fiber is kind of hard, and as much as I'm not a big fan of those things being in every single combo deck in the entire metagame, I think it's probably going to be at least one more format before those things are hit, and I personally would like to see Infernoble do a little bit more, just because of the fact that deck just really can't play without the Synchro Engine. Banning O-Line specifically does fix a lot of the super degenerate combos that Auradon was allowing, but it does still allow you to go into Noodle and Link Cross plays. Do you even play this in Mecha Phantom Beasts? I'm generally curious. Phantom Beast players, what are you doing? Are you summoning Tiger Kite or whatever it's called? What's a Mecha Phantom Beast end board? Oh, that's right. A Mecha Phantom Beast end board is when you go up to the tournament organizer, hand in your slip, and ask for a slice of pizza that you can just sit next to your other friends who are playing real decks, dueling for the rest of the locals. Ban Herald of the Arclight. When has this card ever done anything fair? Search 9 ritual speller monsters per turn, set up some degenerate Azathoth on your opponent's turn combo with like Chaos Max. It's a Macrocosmos Omni Negate on legs, and it prevents you from using droplets on it if you send a monster. Herald players, one question, right? Has anyone ever really been as far as decided to use even go, want to do look more like? Pathetic. Guard Dragon LP. Dragons have been in and out of the meta for the last 2 years or so as a massive combo deck. The problem that I find is that hitting dragons is really hard without also hitting the other competitive combo new meta decks like Animancipator and Infernoble that technically still haven't had an event yet without actually destroying those as well. The only way to do this fairly is ban LP.
Was I a good dragon?
You were the best, LP. You were the best. Mystic Mine. Do I even need to explain why this card is just ridiculous, stupid, dumb card to get? I cannot think of a viable reason. Onto the limited section now, we've got Block Dragon to 1. Limiting Block Dragon doesn't reduce the overall power level of Adamantia. You're still going to be seeing the same boards, but it does mean they're going to be doing it less consistently because now when you actually hand trap this deck, they actually could potentially just stop instead of playing through 4 more of them. Consistently drawing Block Dragon when it's at 3 means that you're basically able to play through many hand traps, of course of which one of them being Nibiru, which is ridiculous. The entire point of Nibiru as a hand trap was to just stop combo decks, but it doesn't do that right now. And it's only because of just special summoning Guardian or just hard drawing the Block Dragon. Skullcrabat, Joker, Double Iris, and Astrograph all to 1. Pendulum has been trash for like 2 years. The only reason you haven't actually forgotten about the existence of this mechanic is because of some Jersey Shore roid boy YouTube channel. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and all I can hear is, Pendulum, this is the best deck! Let's go! Let's go! Pendulum! Blaster to 1. One day we'll get them at full power again, and you know what? They're going to suck, because the year will be 2025, where the new Broken Hand Trap, Ghost Sister, and Haunted Vagina, or whatever it's called, will probably have an effect that deals 5,000 damage for each rank on the field, and guess what? Double Draco Sack probably loses to that card. Feather Duster to 1. OCG has had this card at 1 for a while. As far as I'm concerned, it isn't like the most craziest Broken Eye win button that there is over there, and I think with my list, combo decks do get a little bit weaker, so giving them something to deal with the completely obnoxious back row that some of the trap cards in this game can be, I think this makes it quite a little bit more fair. Miscellaneous Saurus to 1. Team Samurai X1 has like 300,000 subscribers, and the only way that I'm going to beat him on the way to 1 million is if we curb his power in some way. My final limit for my wish list would be a random wild card. I think the most random wild card that can come back off of this ban list would be Change of Heart. Before you click off this video and leave and tell yourself, this guy's doesn't know what he's talking about. Let me explain to you in detail why I think this card would be great for the format.
It would be funny.
Unlimiting to 3 would be Tour Guide, Graph, and Seer. Full Power Burning Abyss has been a thing in the OCG for years now, and as far as I'm concerned, I haven't seen that thing top more than like once in the past like literal 18 months. The deck just hasn't aged as well as you think it has, and consistently setting up Fire Lake loops really doesn't happen as much as you'd think. Please just let me just play old style BA where I special 2 Dantes, mill 6, and maybe set a Karma Cut. Like, I don't care how bad that is in 2020. I feel like I'd probably have fun with that. Buster Dragon and Toad to 3. I can't for the life of me figure out why these cards were limited in the first place. I'm sorry, was ABC Buster Dragon doing something unfair in the middle of frickin' Lunalight format earlier this year? Is a trap deck that literally can't even summon its boss monster turn 1 half the time even really too broken right now? People who defend Buster and Toad to 1 are like those stupid football players who roll around on the ground for like 5 minutes because some other guy bumped into their knee at like 3 miles an hour. Dryden to 3. Until this deck gets 3 Wrap here and Broadbow back, this thing is going to remain as nothing more than a glorified goat deck that summons a 0 attack Raigeki Break as its boss monster. And I guess occasionally you can go into Yep Clops. Yep Clops. Yep Clops. Yep. Infernity Archfiend to 3. There's support coming out in a couple of months with Phantom Rage, and it lines up pretty well with the Kalen Kessler and the Duel Links thing, so why not let this garbage Isolde Turbo deck be somewhat relevant in doing something? Thank you everyone for watching my video today. I know that this wish list is as realistic as me finding happiness again, but until next time, adios.
Happy